Ecology Action founded Common Ground, and Common Ground is a project of Ecology Action. Ecology Action exists in Willits, which is about 4-hour drives north of here, and their mission states that they want to enhance the use of biointensive organic agriculture throughout the world. So we're a project of that, and our goal is to bring that to bear in an urban setting like Palo Alto and the peninsula, because we believe that there's so much to be gained from growing organic produce right here in our backyard.
The Grow Biointensive method focuses on mini farming and really growing food in a small scale intensive way. So there's the double digging, which is the deep soil preparation. There's composting. There's the intensive planting. There's also the growing of a ratio of crops of 60-30-10, so 60% being the calorie and high carbon crops, and 30% being the high calorie crops, and then 10% being more of the crops we grow for our vitamins and minerals, so things like lettuce and tomatoes.
There are many things that are wonderful about biodynamic and biointensive gardening. One of them is you don't use pesticides. You don't use poisons. So you don't kill insects, you don't kill the earth. You don't use chemical fertilizer. Chemical fertilizer often depletes the soil ultimately of its nutrition. So if you kill all the insects and you kill all the microorganisms in the earth, what you've got is dead material all around you. And ultimately that depletes the value of the soil and also what you can grow there. So what you want is really rich, cultivated earth that's got a lot of microorganisms in it, and you want insects that are positive for the environment, like butterflies and bees.
Techniques of Grow Biointensive were based upon using some of these older systems and then combining those with biodynamic farming, which came out of Austria, and really combining those techniques as well as refining them with a lot of modern day research and science, so that they didn't just stay with what was done in the past. They took those and really adapted those and took the best of these different systems of intensive agriculture, and then they've really developed them through the research garden, refining them in terms of spacing, what crops do best, how to grow the crops in a really good ratio so that they're providing for the nutrition of the soil as well as human nutrition and in our diet.
Some people are talking about peak food because they're saying the amount of arable land in the earth is we've reached our maximum, and now actually we're decreasing it. So how do we feed all the people? And also, because of oil, the price of oil, we're transporting the average amount of food that we get in a supermarket travels 1,500 miles by plane, by truck. We're using up all this oil just to get food to us. So this doesn't make a lot of sense. Why don't we try to grow food locally? And what could be more local than growing it in your own yard? So people say, oh, hey, well, how do we do that? Common Ground is the place to learn how to do that.
One of the things that's really exciting for me in working out here in the Common Ground demonstration garden is that when students who come out here and work with me and then they go home and they apply things at home, or they take some of the produce home and they come back with these stories of, wow, I've never tried Jerusalem artichokes or kale, and I took them home and tried it, and right, it does taste better when you grow it yourself. So that's really exciting, and the fact that they're trying new things and really stretching out to taste something new or to try a different technique, and then coming back with that big smile because they're so enthusiastic and inspired. That makes all the hard work really it just brings it home for me that, oh, this is really important what I'm doing, because to see the joy in somebody else and to know that they took something from this garden and planted those seeds back home, and then now are coming back to share those stories. It just makes it so wonderful for me to be out here.
When you plant a garden, what you realize is the amount of abundance that comes out of these little plants. These little seedlings grow big, and suddenly you see, wow, there's a lot here. And we bring in people who get enthusiastic about it, and we share information and we encourage each other. So abundance in community, I'd say, is the right motto for us.
Working as part of this organization that's teaching us techniques that, yeah, it's great, we're doing this in suburban Palo Alto, it's also being done in rural Africa and all over the world, and it's being done in places like Afghanistan. And so just feel, as part of a larger movement of growing food, in a sustainable way, thinking of the global perspective, but acting in our local place, this is a great place you can do it. There's no better place than a garden to do that local application of your global perspective.